DreAllDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This week's motivation is called If You Believe It Works. If you believe, comma, it works. And I'm going to tell you a quick story that I got from this guy named Napoleon Hill. He wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, but his story was actually about his mentor. One of his mentors is a man named W. Clement Stone. This is back in like the 1920s or 30s. So anyway, this guy W. Clement Stone was one of the most respected businessmen in town. I don't know what town, but one of the most respected businessmen in town. And there was a salesperson who made cold sales calls. He was a cold calling salesperson. He wasn't having a lot of success, but he had an idea. He said, what if I reach out to the successful guy, W. Clement Stone, and I ask him to give me 10 referrals of people I can call on? And because I'll use his name when I call on the referrals, those people will respect his name, which means they'll respect me because I'm associated, and I'll be able to make some sales. So this guy, he was ambitious. He reached out to W. Clement Stone. He went to the guy's office. W. Clement Stone, he said, sir, and he told him his idea. Could you give me 10 referrals to help me in my sales business? I'm not doing too well in sales, but if people know that I got referred by you, then it'll work out. And W. Clement Stone looked at him and said, sure, young man, I'll help you out. I'll give you 10 referrals. All you got to do is come back to my office tomorrow and see my assistant out front. She'll give you 10 names and phone numbers of people you can call on. And the salesman said, well, Mr. Stone, is it okay when I call on these people if I use your name? If I say, hey, I got recommended to you by Mr. W. Clement Stone? He said, absolutely, you can do that. Guy thanked him, he left. Next day he came in, got the 10 names and number from W. Clement Stone's assistant, and he called on those 10 people. So what do you think happened when he called on those 10 people? When that guy called on the 10 guys, 10 people recommended to him by W. Clement Stone. He went out, called on those people. He made 8 sales, 8 out of 10 sales. Before that day, he was making like 1 or 2 out of 10. So he went and made 8 out of 10 sales because every person he called on, he said, listen, I got referred to you by Mr. W. Clement Stone, and here's what I'm selling. He went and made his sales calls, and his sales percentage went up all the way up to 80%. So this guy, he was actually pretty smart. He said, look, I called on these people from W. Clement Stone. I made 80% sales. Why not just go back to him and get 10 more people? I could just keep doing this and my business will be thriving. So he goes back to W. Clement Stone's office and he says, Mr. Stone, I called on those 10 people. I closed 8 sales. Thank you so much for your help. Could you please do me a favor and give me 10 more names so I can do this all over again? And W. Clement Stone at the time, he was a little bit busy. He said, sir, he said, young man, you know, I'm a little bit busy right now, but I would be willing to help you. So all you got to do is go grab that phone book over there in the corner and just pull 10 names out of the book, because that's the same place I got your names from. And the salesperson said, what? You got those 10 names out of the phone book? Like, you didn't actually know those people? You never had a conversation with them? And I called, and then he said, but Mr. Stone, I called on those people and told them that I was referred to by you when I made the sales call. And W. Clement Stone said to him, listen, the only thing that those people knew when you called on them with that sales call was your level of belief. That was the only difference. None of those people ever met me before. None of those people know me. The fact that I referred you to them didn't play any factor in you making those sales calls. The only thing that changed was the fact that you, Mr. Salesperson, your belief level was higher because you thought those people were associating your name with my name when it actually wasn't even true. So the moral of this story, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about this week's weekly motivation, is that when you believe something to be true, when you truly believe it to be true, you will start to act on it. It will come out in your voice. It'll come out in the way that you walk. It'll come out in the look in your eyes. People can feel it in you without you even saying anything. Any of you ever had an experience where you were feeling some emotions very strongly, whether it be anger, whether it be happiness, whether it be you were just feeling super energetic, you were just looking for somebody to give some energy to, and you walked into a room and you could feel that everybody else in the room could feel the energy that you had? Have you ever been super angry? You walk into a room with people who know you, but they kind of like trying to guess whether they should say something to you because they can just sense that you're angry? Or you ever been super excited and you go somewhere and all of a sudden everybody's smiling at you? Or you're super energetic and all of a sudden everybody you see is just as energetic as you? That's because the energy that you feel, what you truly believe on the inside, that energy comes out without you actually saying a word. That salesperson, when he reached out to W. Clement Stone, his belief level shot up 1,000 times higher only because He got his names and numbers from somebody who was super successful, even though it had nothing to do with it. Those people he called on didn't know W. Clement Stone, so they didn't even care that he came from W. Clement Stone. All they cared about was that, man, this salesperson who called me sounds very confident. He sounds like he really believes in what he's selling. Let me have a meeting with this guy. He went to the meeting. That guy was thinking, oh, W. Clement Stone, let me raise my belief level because I'm not me anymore. I'm associated with W. Clement Stone. So when he made those sales calls and he presented what he was selling, all of a sudden he believed in it so much more. His confidence was so much higher. His conviction was so strong that every person he talked to had no choice but to buy what he was selling. It's the exact same thing with you. When your belief level goes up, when your conviction goes up, when your confidence goes up in what it is that you're doing, your results will get better even if you are doing the exact same thing you were doing before. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.
Thanks for checking out this video. Make sure you follow all my top content up here. Follow me on all your favorite social networks right over here. And make sure you are subscribed to catch all the new content I put on this channel every single day.